New York City just banned broker fees, but guess what? You will still end up paying for it. I just moved. I was pissed that I had to pay a broker fees. Why? Because I found the apartment. Then why am I paying a broker?
Well, how did you find the apartment?
On Zillow.
Who do you think posted it on Zillow?
That's a great question, In this la la land, now that broker fees is gone, what's gonna happen?
Well, the first thing that's going to happen is that rent is going to increase. So people are celebrating this as a win, but if you sign a lease, the fee is baked in.
Okay, so if I still have to pay the broker fees throughout the rent, then who's winning?
There's only one person who wins in this scenario. It's Councilmember Chi. He gets to have the flashy, sexy headlines that he's the savior of the city and he's saving everybody.
Oh, come on, take it easy, man. His private school was only 50 grand a year, okay?
Do you think he ever paid broker fees?
I think he did, and that's what this whole thing is about.
It's really hard for people to be against a bill which is called fair. So what's in the bill?
If a landlord hires a broker to advertise their property, that broker can no longer collect a fee from the tenant.
That sounds pretty fair to me.
It sounds that way on the surface, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I think so as well, but then when you actually look at the unintended consequences, it's only going to make things more difficult.
Kind of sounds like this will turn New York City's rental market into a bidding war.
Oh, 100%. If you have what's called more of these open listings instead of these exclusives, a landlord is collecting 25 applications within 7 days. They're going to call each and every one of those brokers and go, which one's willing to pay the highest? Give me a best and final. So it's going to drive the rents up. To quote Madonna, the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Why is New York City one of the only places to do broker fees?
Well, different markets function entirely differently.
In certain states, you don't need a lawyer to close on a house. In New York City, you need a lawyer, a priest, a rabbi, and a mom. You need everyone in the process, right? So there's things that are very specific to this city.
This bill sounds pretty much for the people type bill. Besides Chi, who else is backing this bill?
Well, this bill is classic Trojan horse, right? If this man is for the people and this bill is for the people, why is what is arguably the biggest corporation in real estate, Zillow Group, backing this so heavily? You got to ask yourself. A company with a $17 billion market cap, a company that developed an algorithm to price people out of homes in middle America. So Chi keeps talking about how he's taking down the real estate board in New York, but really he has the biggest machine behind him.
Broker fees are not. We have established that New York City has a housing crisis. How do we fix it?
Zoning is the largest issue. If we could upzone, especially in Brooklyn, a lot of these industrial areas, create more supply, it's going to ease the demand and prices will finally go down.
Sounds pretty Econ 101. Post-COVID, way too many people came back into the city and housing did not keep up. So does it all come down to supply and demand?
There's many different tactics that can be used. Nothing is easy, nothing is simple. This bill is a band-aid on a broken leg.
I'm not a broker. The only reason I wanted to talk about this, because in politics and history in general, anytime anything sounds too good to be true, maybe it isn't.